Roy Anthony every Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is anybody out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank
and Cynthia.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank
and Cynthia.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's when we can kick it.
Every Tuesday.
Everything is going
every
down.
Thursday.
They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the weekends, Roy Anthony
every
Show.
Tuesday.
It's during the week, homie. The Roy
every
Anthony
Thursday.
Show. What you listening to? The Roy Anthony Show. Come on and get up.
Do you want that real stand-up comedy? Then watch Roy Anthony's weekly stand-up comedy show with featuring comedians from all over the country, seasoned comics, up-and-coming comics, performing live in Los Angeles, produced by Roy Anthony, Where's My Grill, Big Hank, Long Beach Players, promoted by Navigator, Media One. Come on, USA, let's get our laugh on. What it do, what it do, what it do. This is Roy Anthony, comedian Roy Anthony. And welcome to the Roy Anthony's show podcast, along with my co-stars, Big Hank Norman, Miss Cynthia Joy Towner. Sometimes we have another guest who this is one of our other co-stars who pops in once in a while, and that's Carl Loomis, based out of Oregon. We coming live off the WO platform, which was created by veterans of the United States military. The head producer, Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp. Yours truly is going to make an appearance on their show this evening. Our other co-creator, Goose, our social producers, Blue Phoenix, Ethan Daly. Well, I always give a shout out to our good neighbors, the BB Nation, that's Backwood Veterans, based out of Oregon, the Long Beach All-Stars, based out of Southern California, Long Beach, Compton, Linwood, and Watts. And then the WO Entertainment family that's based around the whole United States and other countries, and our own personal family, friends, associates, and those who don't like us. Welcome to the show, man. I'm in the deep, the subject today is innocent, but still executed. Now, I know a lot of people have seen or I think the brother's name was Marcellus Williams. If I'm saying his name correct, somebody could correct me. Marcellus Williams was executed last Tuesday night at 12:01. And what was strange about this that caught my attention was that the prosecuting attorneys was declaring that he was innocent. Now, throughout my years of studying about executions, Richard King said, catch Roy on the WO radio show this evening at 6 p.m. Because they are hoy. Yes, that's right. I was just letting them know 6 p.m. on the WO Entertainment platform. Roy Anthony's going to make an appearance with Richard King, Commander, and all the WO. Man, matter of fact, I'm going to be down in their neck of the woods and stuff, Cameron, Missouri. But I want to talk about these executions, man. Okay, so I'm digging into them, and usually when an execution is going back and forth, it's usually the prosecuting attorney that actually persists that the person needs to go on and face this penalty because they are guilty. But in this particular one in Missouri, the prosecuting attorneys was been stating for a year that after looking through their evidence that this man is innocent. That's what they're saying. The prosecuting attorney saying that he's innocent. DNA don't match. None of them match. Only liable story is the ex-girlfriend. She was already mad. I do. And now she wants to recant her story. And the jailhouse informant, to get less time for his case, lies and say that he said, but the man kept saying he was innocent. He was innocent. And the prosecuting attorneys now. Now, the prosecuting attorney is usually one who's building a case against you for you to be considered guilty of anything. They make a case, your defending lawyer makes a case that you are not guilty. Your prosecuting attorney say you are guilty. They represent the state. So the prosecuting attorney at this time represents the state of Missouri while they are prosecuting Marcellus Williams. But now, this is where it got real confusing to me. And I was checking it out last week. I was reading it because I'm trying to figure this out. Hold up, one of our co-stars is in the house. Let me bring her in. What's up, Miss Cynthia Joy?
Woo, woo, woo. Hey, boo thing. How
What's
y'all
up?
doing?
All right. You just make every time I look up, you in the middle of activity. Your Tuesday and Thursday.
Man, I'm always doing something. That's how you stay, you stay blessed when you stay on the grind and you keep doing things for people.
Oh yeah. And I think because it's all it is a conversation. It's not to say you have to be set somewhere or anything. She making an appearance to, and I was just getting into the subject about the first. How are you doing? You headed to a set destination?
I'm going to the store to pick up something, and then I'll be finally headed to my actual destination. I've been moving around since 8 o'clock
we
this
go
morning.
with you and stuff. We may drop you sometimes, but we want to roll with you while we having this conversation.
Okay.
Look, I was just bringing it up. Okay, about Marcellus Williams. Have you heard of his name?
Yes, I have.
Okay, now, so I was just breaking down that usually when a person is still with the judicial case, right? Because I'm breaking the reason why this case, I really paid attention to it. And I'm gonna bring back another case I brought up before on my podcast, because we deal with any subjects and we just having a conversation. It's not a confrontation. It's
right.
A conversation. Now, when you catch a criminal case, the prosecuting attorneys are the ones that usually is the ones who puts a case on you. The police arrest you, the prosecuting attorney decides if they're going to pitch a case, and then you get a defendant lawyer. So now, in this case with Mr. Marcellus Williams, what caught my attention was that the prosecuting attorneys were stating that he was innocent. Over a year, the prosecuting attorneys, they looked no DNA match. Found out that he wasn't even in the area present. The only witnesses that they had was an ex-girlfriend who couldn't stand his guts. So that's bias, right? And the jailhouse informant who's supposed to testify so he can get less whatever he's got going on his own. Okay, now, so I'm digging into it deeper. I'm finding out facts. I'm hearing other stuff, right? Okay, so what I couldn't understand is if the prosecuting attorney told him that he was innocent, why did they execute him?
I couldn't figure it out either. And I ain't gonna even lie, it pissed me off, and I cried about it because we still here in this 2024. That man was innocent, so I can't say why they did, except for the fact that he's black. I hate to say that, but there's nothing against the man. So,
okay, and so what you just said, okay, he's black, and I felt that too, but I always say, no, let me get biased. Let me put it to the side, right? Let me just say, okay. So then somebody came to me about the political aspects. I said to political. I didn't even think. See, some people see since I seek knowledge, and I'm about our show is not about theories. We're about facts because a theory
Right.
is an unproven fact.
Right.
So I started having people who over the past months has and it's it's getting hard because everybody wants to know what's going to the WO is shutting down November next month, and some people wants to know what Roy Anthony show. They want to see Cynthia Joy and Big Hank, and I said we'll work out because we get a lot of different offers, but it just got to be right. You know what I'm saying? um but in the meantime, look, Cynthia, this man, okay, so I found out this on the political part that the prosecuting attorney that's been saying that he's innocent is a Democrat. And it went before the attorney general of the state of Missouri and the governor of Missouri, which are Republicans, that said that the execution should go through. So then I was like, I hope that politics ain't getting to that point where, what I'm saying, if I got more power to you in my party, so I'm gonna get to that point. There's some political things I did dig up and I found out, especially about federal executions under the presidents and the vice president, that federal executions can go through, that, right?
Uh-huh.
Even though it hasn't, out of 60 years before former President Donald Trump, there has not been no federal executions. There hasn't been none since President Joe Biden and VP Kamala Harris has been in office. But in 6 months, when former President Donald Trump was in office, 13 executions went through. Okay, but they had some rights. Nobody argued with it or whatever. Now, back to this guy, Marcellus Williams. I dug in deeper, right? So one of the things that brought him on the scene was a laptop. You heard about the laptop, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the laptop was the reporters. It's supposed to be, right? But what was the trip is that the reporter, they think that the reporter was, because she was been doing some type of expose on police corruption in the state of Missouri.
Uh-huh.
And they think that, and she was good friends with Marcellus because you know how police have informants, reporters pay people to, you on the scene, but you're not on the scene. Like if you old drunk dude sitting on the side, not knowing that he's really not drunk, he's listening to everything or something, right? You feel me? It was brought to my attention that it was said to the reporter that the evidence that she had on some people, she gave them the laptop just in case something happened to her. Because they've never showed the content of what she was studying on the laptop. This was just informed to me because I didn't know about the laptop. So anybody who knows the story, if you know about that, it was a laptop that kind of put them together. It's strange to me that the laptop that she was using, Mr. Marcellus, as he was help her to get some of the stories of police corruption.
Okay.
She was a white woman, and she can't be she ain't gonna be in the neighborhood where the police are doing some shakedowns and taking money and stuff like that, making cats work for them to sell drugs and all that. You feel me? So he was working with her. They said that they felt that she told him to keep my laptop just in case something happens to me. Next thing you know, she stabbed all these multiple times. He is stating that it wasn't me. Okay, let me bring up another. You remember? I don't know if you remember this. And I gotta dig the brother's name up. He was executed in Arkansas for killing a young lady. He was killing a young lady, and then
I
after
think I think I do remember that.
yeah, and after 3 years of his death, that's when they put down that he was innocent. Now, Mister, so I started looking up stuff, right? And
Yeah.
why is it that when you first heard the story that the prosecuting attorneys said that this person was innocent, and they still was executing them, because I was reading it that Saturday and that Sunday, and the prosecutors was animate, and everybody, even the family, didn't want him to die. They was pressing for him to live. Is America telling me, no matter how we all cry out, that person, one person, can say, "No, I want to go." It's an awkward moment of silence, isn't it? You hear
Yeah.
me, Cynthia?
I can now.
I was like, is it me, or does it seem like okay? When Marcellus Williams, when he was about to be executed, they said that the family of the lady was saying they didn't want him. They said the whole family, the prosecuting attorneys, everybody is saying, "Hey, man, he's innocent. He shouldn't be put to death."
Right.
Now, why I'm bringing this up, people, is because this is 2024. We know that the police acted with misconduct 30 and 40 years ago because we can tape stuff. You can tape stuff with a cell phone.
Yeah.
You can't tape stuff when back then in the 70s, in the 80s.
Right.
This man's been sitting in prison before the cell phones came in, and they then, so up to date, they executed him. When all the prosecuting attorney said he's innocent. Is somebody covering up something?
I can't even say, but I know. Every time I think about it, I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. It does something to me. It does something to me. I can't even hold you.
And Starlet Evans said, "Hey, beautiful people. Hey,
Hey,
Starlet.
honey bun.
Hey, look here. I sit up there. I was in Los Angeles when they killed Tookie Williams, and Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor at that time.
Yeah.
And I found out it was personal stuff between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tookie that I just don't understand what's wrong with life and imprisonment. You
Right.
know, and then if you are going to execute a person, why you can't execute them within that week or two? Why do they have to face a certain years and years and years on death row?
Because they want you to have a mental breakdown first before they kill you. They want you to want to die. They want you to want it because they done left you sitting there rotting all this time with stuff that you ain't even did. And so then it makes some people, not all, because he still had faith at the end. But a lot of people don't. And it makes you question God and everything else that goes on in your life. And then it really does. I think it would definitely is almost like a mental mind fuck. And then when it's time to execute you, you ready for it to happen because you over living those days like that. So you just rather end it. That's what my logic is. I don't know how true it is, but that's my thought.
Hey, but and it trips me out because everybody thinks like, okay, Hey, talk for a second, Cynthia, real quick. Talk for a quick second. I'll take care of
Well,
something.
okay. I'm gonna just talk about some stuff, y'all, because he just was like, "Talk, Cynthia." I wasn't expecting that, but I hate that it's 2024 and we're still dealing with this type of racism. We know that racism technically has not left the building. It just looks different now and it's wrapped up in a different way so it look prettier. But it's not pretty and it kills a person inside and it messes with the man of the community and it makes you want to move different because it's like even when you're proven to be innocent, they find you guilty because of what you look like or even a political standpoint. Either way it goes, it's all craziness. And I see that
You
we was
no, go ahead. I'm listening.
now I was finna say I see we was finna get to a point to where you was about to explain what you thought was going on with um with these different political things that's happening and how that played into Marcella's
Yeah,
being executed.
because somebody said that the prosecuting attorney who's been saying that he's innocent is a Democrat,
Uh-huh.
and that when it went before asking for the state, which can happen even a minute before the death execution, the attorney general and the governor of Missouri, who had to last say so on this, said no, go on and execute. It was one of them two, or they both in agreement. But they saying these two are Republicans.
But that part to me is neither here nor there because whether you Democrat or Republican, you a person, and as a person, if you see somebody is found to be innocent of something, how can we still allow it to happen? That part is mind-boggling to me. The
But
math
how
ain't
many
math.
stories do we have to hear where even there's cots in prison? I've seen a lot of black dudes who's gotten out of prison with saying that he was in there for 20 years and he was innocent and they give him this big old check. You know,
Yeah,
it was just like when and then when I go political, as you recall now, y'all everybody knows I don't like none of the candidates. I really wish
right.
that we acted up on the Constitution. I mean, I'm going to use my vote, but the Constitution states that we, the people, if we really came together, stop pointing our fingers at these politicians, start pointing our fingers at these corporations. I've been really finding myself in the 21st century. I never seen this man, but I've been picking up his quote. Ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. Instead of talking about these corporations, let's get our companies. Let's get start your own company, start your own business. You feel me? Spend now. One of the things is whoever's forced segregation without coming with where emotional ties. Hold up, here come our other brother in. Man, what's up with the superstar?
Man, cut it out, man. What's going on, Roy Anthony?
You got it, man. How you doing, big bro?
I'm good, man. There go the superstar right there sitting next to you, man. She been on all the shows and doing all the
Man,
Man,
comedy shows, man. What's up,
fall
Joy?
she's
back. Don't do
she's
that.
always
Don't do
mobile, big Hank. Hey, she in the car now, just driving. You always.
That's what's up, man. Hey, I'm proud of you, Joy. That's one I want to let you know I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank
I
you.
see all,
Thank you.
I
I'm
see
trying
all,
to get
I
like you.
no, I see all the stuff you're doing, man. All the comedy, then you got the exercise program, and then you got the talk show with your partner. Man, come on, man. You're doing a whole lot, man. You're
Yeah,
doing a whole lot. Proud of you.
that's what I be
I
like.
appreciate you,
Serious.
bro. I appreciate you.
All y'all
Yes, sir.
superstars, man.
Come
So
on, man.
real. I
Come
be
on, man.
I mean, every time I look up, they say, "Hey, man, tell Big Hank and stuff."
Come on, man.
Longbachh.
Yes, sir, man.
Back
Hey, but
delicious.
hey, but we on the Roy Anthony show. That's what we on. Okay, so let's leave it at that. We on
Hey,
the
bro,
Roy
Right. That's the
Anthony show.
part.
Right?
That's the
That
part
part right
right
there.
there.
Yeah,
and we talking on some deep stuff, bro.
yeah.
Because all of us, well, I don't know about Cynthia, have dealt with the judicial systems of law enforcement in one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're talking about today was Mr. Marcellus Williams and other stories like his, Big Hank, where now the difference about Mr. Marcellus Williams, he was the brother who got executed by the state of Missouri last Tuesday at 12:01 p.m. Now, what happened, bro, and this is the trip, is that the prosecuting attorneys kept saying that he was innocent. And so the prosecutor, now usually the prosecuting attorney is agreeing for you to be executed.
Right.
Because they represent the state.
Right. They trying to convict you.
Yes. Now,
yeah,
something, Lord just showed something to me. We just spoke on it, but just showed me. The Lord, then Jesus say, a nation divided will fall. Missouri,
yes, sir.
The prosecuting attorney represents Missouri, right? In the judicial system, is saying that he's innocent.
Yeah.
But the attorney general and the governor say no. Execute. Then it was brought to my attention that the prosecuting attorney was a Democrat, and the attorney general and the governor, while they discussing it, are Republicans. I dug in a little deeper on the political part. But first, before I go that way, you heard about Marcellus Williams. What was your thought on it when you heard the story?
Well, I don't hear the whole story. So I would like to hear the whole story. I just heard that somebody got executed. I really didn't know the in or out of the story.
Yeah, what caught my attention is that before he was executed, and I wish that I said something that Tuesday, but I was really thinking about the humanistic of us people, since they saying all these immigrants are the violent ones and this and that they was gonna give this a mistake, because what caught my attention when it say Marcellus Williams scheduled to be executed, even though prosecutors say he's innocent. And I said, what? The prosecutor? How's he still scheduled? They the ones who represent the state.
Trying to convict you.
To convict you. And usually when there's a beg of stay of any execution, the prosecuting attorney is arguing that no, it should go through. He did it, right?
Correct.
This prosecuting attorney say we found that this man is completely innocent.
Wow.
The blood. So then I dug in some deeper. I got informed and found out through some facts. I didn't even know this until recently, that there was a laptop that implemented this man Marcellus Williams with this white lady who was a reporter who was doing a major expose on police corruption throughout the state of Missouri.
Wow.
That she had a person, police use informants, reporters use informants, that she gave them off the laptop. And one people showed me, gave them the laptop as a safety, that if something happens to me, here's the evidence. But before he can get into or go into the laptop, they arrested him because they found out he's her informant. This white lady ain't in the hoods when police are doing the shakedowns and all that stuff. He could be there. He's telling her everything he saw. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know
so now and then the laptop was confiscated by the police as witness, but no one got to never open it up and look at it. The only two witnesses they had was an ex-girlfriend who was already mad. Yeah, that nigga did it. He did it. And a jailhouse informant who lies to tell us he lies so that he can get less time on his own personal case. Don't know to do whatever. Yeah, he told me he still had that lady.
Right.
Daughter said, wow. So, okay, Big Hank, you and I did this about a couple of years ago. We had a story about the brother who was executed down there in Arkansas. And I said something that the family probably happy. Remember, I had to recap and tell them that, hey, I'm my apologies. They didn't have nothing to do with that. But they found that the man was innocent 3 years after he was executed. Remember? 3
Yeah.
years after he was executed. Now, this man is told that you innocent right now. He
Still
said,
ain't.
I've been telling you I'm innocent. It's not me. No DNA, no blood, no, nothing. They said this man is, how could he been there? There's no possible way.
Right.
But he still got to be executed.
Wow.
So now it concerns me. Is somebody covering up? See, I looked at, so I went deeper into the political part. I didn't even know that federal executions went on. You know why? They hadn't gone, a federal execution hadn't been through within 6 years before former President Donald Trump. This is the truth. You can look it up yourself. Throughout the 8 years, brought no federal execution. 6 months that former President Donald Trump was in office, 13 executions went through. Nobody, I guess
When Trump was in the office, and when Trump was,
when he was in office, prior to him in office, over 6 years, no federal executions have went on.
yeah.
6 months in office, 13 of them went through. Since out of office, now, no, I don't know if they might have been some very bad people. I don't know. You know how you say, only people I would kill is the very bad people. Everybody knows that I only pick the very bad people. And so, hey, like I tell everybody, look, when I play something like this, and this is truthful stuff that we're doing, y'all. I'm gonna play this right quick.
Be grateful and thankful for whatever you have, because when you walk out that door, you might not come back. That's why you got to tell people you love them when they walk out that door. We get caught up into what we don't have instead of appreciating what we do have.
See, you know who that was, right? Cynthia's driving, she can't
I couldn't
hear
tell
me.
my screen.
That was Master P.
No, I had to tap it for. That was who?
Master P.
Okay.
And Big Hank just stepped away. I'm gonna mute Big Hank's thing until he comes back.
Okay.
Okay, look, because it was background, because he's standing watching the news and the sports and everything. I'm trying to figure out now. I ain't looked this up. This is why I'm with so much thinking. Anybody who's listening and watching, we're having a conversation about Marcellus Williams, and I want to know then, how do the judicial system, criminal law works then if the prosecutor represents the state and they're saying that he's innocent? What's this other branch? What would make the execution? Oh, we wrote it down. We can't change it up. This is a life we're talking about, an innocent life.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the same people who is talking about what's going on with abortions and all this. You're talking about life. Let's talk about this man's life. You fighting about unborn life and stuff like that. But here it is. I'm confused about the judicial system at this moment. That's why I'm keep having pauses, because I'm thinking that the prosecutor represents the state. And if the state is saying that it's innocent, then what was above the state to say that he is guilty? Who knows better than the prosecuting attorney who's looking at it? Who is over them now? I'm confused.
Mm.
Everybody is so smart about talking about what the see. First, I tell people you don't know unless you've been black. You don't know what it is.
It's rigged against us, man.
It's rigged.
It's rigged.
Now, so okay, but we and stuff. We on this podcast, they tell you we don't never discriminate. Me and Big Hank and Cynthia, but I've been around whites, Latinos. Man, we gonna show you love because we don't hate.
No, not at all, man.
Hatred killed this man. You can't tell me you love this man. He killed him. You had to hate.
Yeah.
Because I'm confused, because I thought the judicial system was the prosecuting attorney represents the state put a case against you, and you have the right to have a defendant lawyer, whether you pay for it or the public gives you one, you still get somebody who can defend you against this. Now the prosecuting attorney is said with the defendant attorney that this man is innocent. Oh, case closed. Get that man out of that prison.
That's where it should go. I would think so.
That's what
I would think.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm wrong. Please, somebody tell me if I'm wrong. You tell me how it works then. Because if the prosecuting attorney agrees with the defense attorney that he's innocent, then it seems like doors pop open. Here's a check for the years you've been on here. We are so sorry. Before we sit up here and spend some more money for Taiwan and Ukraine, we're going to give you so many millions because, you know what I'm saying, you was patient with us and stuff, even though we kept you in here. You free, sir. But no, something's above the prosecuting attorney that says, die, nigga.
Wow. And so look, so he proved his innocence and they still.
Yes. This is the part. I'm like, what?
Yeah, they did.
Blatant. This is blatant. I thought it was blatant when me and Cynthia was laughing when former President Donald Trump, and just because you hear me talk about somebody doesn't mean I'm with somebody else, because I'm sure not with none of the candidates. I'm going to use my vote, but I can't. Right. I'm man. But anyway, I thought it was blatant when former President Donald Trump, after he just got shot in the ear, and he came out to 50 Cent's Many Men. Many men wish that throw me blood in my eye. I can't see. They never killed none of the words. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be. The niggas out here trying to take my life away. I put a hole in it with me. Blood in my eye. And the people like,
yeah.
Next thing you know, you got Marcellus Williams.
50 Cent also told Trump to quit playing his too.
Oh, did he? I don't think so. He's the only one I haven't said. You know, he probably laughed, did he? But it was hilarious. It's out there now. He take that point.
To quit playing it though. He made him quit playing.
He didn't come out until the part where he says when they started playing the music. I said, "Are they playing Many Men?" And the music's going up, and all of a sudden, when he said, "I put a hole in and they with me," that's when he came out, and everybody was like, "Yeah!" Now, if they quoting a song, dude, like I just said, you would look at me, somebody's looking at me like, wow, he's saying it like that. I thought this was a Christian show. Yeah, I believe in God, but I'm just quoting the lyrics. I'm not in the pulpit. I'm quoting the lyrics. So you offended, then grow up. Grow the F up, because guess what? Some people use language like that. I've seen one of the best pastors in the world kicked his toe against the leg of the table. The first thing he said, "Ah, dang." So stop looking at words. I'm just being honest. And this is what that was playing. People had their kids and everything at that Republican convention, and they played that dude. It was bumping in the speakers. Look it up for yourself. But I'm just confused, Big Hank. I've never seen the prosecuting attorney or said that part. Never seen the prosecuting attorney say someone's innocent. And I'm thinking in the United States of America, that person should be let out free.
Yeah.
But now we find out in 2024, there's another branch over the prosecuting attorney. they can say, nah, convict that.
I don't think that it is, but I think in this particular case, where it's already rigged against us, that they took another step, and I'm not sure that it's legal to do that. I don't even know. I never heard of that shit before.
This is my concern. This is something that's why I made the news. The man, so ain't nobody explained nothing to me. And I'm asking the American people to please tell me something. This evening I'm gonna be at the WO Entertainment headquarters. I'm going to be on their show this evening, making an appearance and stuff, because since the WO shutting down. But I want somebody, we always have all these comments when we talk about politics, but I need somebody to explain to me, why is it that when the prosecuting attorney said, hey, this man is innocent, he got all the facts, he's the one who dug up all the stuff. He said, this man is innocent. And they even admitted we were wrong. We were wrong. We took some stuff. This is wrong. Plus, no one had cell phones 30 years ago. He's been sitting in prison for 30 years.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
And you innocent. Because one, if you look at logic, if you're down in the hoods and stuff, only time there's a little white woman unless she's getting pimped. There ain't no reporters hidden around. You're gonna have to have a black person or somebody who's in that area to see police doing a shakedown. They don't do shakedowns in Beverly Hills. They do a shakedown in Watson, in the alleys of Compton. You know what I'm saying? So I think he was an informant, but I say I could put all that to the side. I'm just trying to understand, if a prosecuting attorney state that this man, and he's telling the truth, he's saying he's innocent, he's nowhere around, DNA, we got DNA that if you have a piece of hair, I can track you, who's there. None of that. Who's above him, Hank?
I didn't know nobody would, when they say this, when they say you versus the state. I didn't think it could go over that.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Doesn't it seem like a new level has been opened? It's like I'm playing the game and I done conquered this part. Now I have to find there's a new level.
Man, they do that shit all the time. They push the finish line back on us all the time. They always do that shit. As soon as we get right to the finish line, they push that motherfucker back further.
What's up, Carl Loomis? He said, what's up, Carl? We're talking about this injustice. Just like I told Carl Thursday, me and him, because he was facing something out there in Oregon, and what he was going through, I told him, I said, man, you remind me, you a light-skinned black dude now. This is what he's going through. So, Carl, we're talking about this. What? Okay. Big Hank, you've been through the judicial system. I've been through the judicial system. Cynthia, you from South Side of Chicago, so I know you know somebody in your family and friends have been through the judicial. Prosecuting attorney is one who closes the case. They'll tell you determine what type of case you're gonna get. You could be getting aggravated battery and it can be dropped down to a misdemeanor assault. They have the power to do that.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You glad they agreed if you have a major charge, they say, okay, we're gonna drop this on them, we'll drop this on, but we're gonna do this one. Right?
Yeah.
Carl said much love for all you guys. Much for sure, bro. Now,
you too, Carl.
Always.
The prosecuting attorney is agreeing. This is some new stuff for Perry Mason. This is some new Matlock stuff. The prosecuting attorney agrees with the defendant that their man is innocent. Me, the general public, let's say, here's the odds. We got 3 people representing the United States of America. I believe that he should have walked out. Big Hank, what's your verdict?
Come on, man. Of course, if he proved himself innocent, and come on, that's your job. Prove myself innocent and let me go home.
Cynthia, what's your agreement?
You already know how I feel. He should have been at the crib.
That's 3 people. In the United States, we taking a survey. Tell me, how does he get executed and don't go home free?
Color of his skin.
That's all I can think of too, bro. I said the same thing. And it made me cry. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I
She
cried
said
about
that
it.
she did say that earlier. And I'm trying to be, I try to be the advocate. I try to be where I'm, what I'm saying, I let them know I'm a black man, but I'm trying to be where it's not. And you can't help but think it's because he's black. I'm sorry, y'all.
They trying to
Hey
make a
man,
way to skin you in.
I kind of experienced. I'm not gonna say nothing nowhere near that, but I was fighting the case. I went to trial on the case, and I had some people come in and testify, and I ended up winning the case, and the prosecuting attorney turned around and said, "Well, Mr. Norman, we don't got nothing. We can't get you on this. So would you take this? Would you take that? So they started talking to my attorney about dropping the case, but I'm an ex-con already, so I'm gonna do something anyway. So my attorney said, well, we don't. I said I don't want nothing. She told me, she said, well, you're gonna get something, so we'll start low. So she said, well, we'll take a
Wow.
year. We'll take a year. She said, we'll take a year. No, they said, would you take 7? And she said, we'll take a year. Because they were trying to, they was up, nigga. They was trying to strike me out.
Yeah.
I was like 2 strikes. They was trying to get me. So she said 1. They said 7. She said 1. They said 5. She said 2. And I ended up getting 3 years. And they dropped the strike down to a GBI, which is not a strike. You can't get struck out for a GBI. And
it's like you neutral on this one.
yeah, so man, I and for the prosecuting attorney to turn to you and say, well, Mr. Norman, what would you take? You know what I mean? That's just almost like what he did. He got off. They wouldn't have said would you take? They like, man, you innocent. You proved yourself innocent.
I just came up to Big Head. I got a question for you. So, say for instance, the lady said you didn't want nothing, and so you tell them, "Hey, I don't want nothing," and the lawyer said he don't want nothing. Then the prosecutor's attorney said, "Well, okay, well, he don't want nothing. We won't give him nothing." Then you walk right out, right? When you walk right out.
That could have happened to him, but not to me. I was an ex-con. I was already violated.
Okay, so you got that. That's a 6 months carry or something like that, right?
Man, not when you're ex-con, they could give you a year violation for anything. You know what I mean? They could violate you up to a year. But I did whoop the guy's ass that was the person who I had beat up. You know what I mean? How I got the DBI. That's why I really did that. You know what I mean? But they tried to say I robbed him and I, took all his money and all that, but I didn't do all that.
He made it juicy. He made it juicy for a reason why he had to call the police. So they got like, he robbed me and all that stuff.
Exactly.
But wait a minute though. But you said it, but you felt like, oh, you know what? I did PV by beating him up, but I didn't do all this other stuff. But the prosecutor attorney, so whenever she agreed with, or he agreed with the prosecuting attorney, nobody above them came and said, no, we ain't with that.
Get this I really think that I don't think it can be done. I don't think that's something that's legal.
Of that.
So wait a minute. Here's the mystery. Then, when a prosecuting attorney says you innocent, how can you still be guilty of something?
You ain't. So listen, you ain't. So listen, man. So now they need to put on that paper. I'm gonna use my name as an example. Henry Norman versus the state of California and them 2 Republicans up there. That's what you got to put on that motherfucker. Hank Norman versus the state of California and them 2 Republicans back there if it don't go their way. That's what the fuck they need to put on that motherfucker.
Man, even though that's humorous, but you got a point.
Yeah.
Who are we facing? I thought the prosecuting attorney represented the state. So you're telling me that it might be some deep states?
Come on, man.
It might be some stuff that's bigger than the state.
Come on, man. All right.
Ooh. It's like that lady said, it's like a rabbit hole. once you come tumbling down it, you can't stop. You got to go down to
You gotta open all of it up. You gotta open all of it up. Yeah.
Star said as a paralegal, I see injustice. She works for a major firm.
Yeah.
And wait a minute. Now we always see injustice, but to me, is it me or is it just getting so blatant?
Oh yeah, everything coming to a head, man. It's the end time, man. It's the end time. So you finna see it all right before your eyes, and ain't gonna be nobody can say that you didn't see that.
And you know what they trying to say? Cat Williams was a prophet because he said that a lot of stuff is coming out in 2024. Look, I just seen the stuff about, on a different subject about cats losing their minds in there. Which one is worse, jail time or public opinions? Sometimes both of them can be kind of hurtful. But what I heard about Jamie Foxx, I said, what? Playing basketball butt naked with the fellas at P. Diddy thing. This is one of the freak off games, playing basketball butt naked.
I can't.
He came product. This is why he was sick. He stated that he thinks that Diddy had poisoned him when he was in the hospital. He's talking about it. And his family didn't want to disclose it. Well, now he's finally coming out and was telling some of the things that happened up in there. And I was like, when people, I can't defend people no more saying, I don't want to know who's gay or straight no more. I'm gonna just let what's happening in my household be in my household. I'm not.
You don't want to go down that rabbit hole, nigga. There's so many niggas down in that rabbit hole. You be like, man, him too?
That's what I'm saying.
You like, nigga, listen. They tried to get Marlon Wayans to own up. That nigga said, nope, I never seen it. Nope, I never seen named nothing. Nope, I never.
And somebody they named him right out
there. They got pictures of that nigga. They can fear, man.
Yeah, what got me was what's his name? Cuban Gooding Jr.
Yeah.
And they said he was turning on the dude, and P. Diddy pointed to the dude, and the dude said, nah, man, and Cuban was like, nah, Diddy said I can, you belong with me. He's like, get off me. But also, they talk about the lubes of oil and stuff, right? Well, what they found out is that I was like, why would they be tripping about that? Well, it had this medicine in you that, okay, did you know that if you took just a needle tip of some morphine for cancer lotion, you put it on just on a little bit, all of a sudden you're going to get drowsy and everything. You just start for real hallucinate. You feel me?
Yeah.
They rub this cream on you, all of a sudden you got days passing out.
Who rubbed the cream on you?
Videotaping you. You said, hey, you said you're
not gay. Cream on you? Who rubbed the cream on you?
Yeah. One fella, like, say for instance, they up there, they had the shirt off, and the dude like, hey, touching you on the shoulder, saying, man, look, and got the cream on the palms. Next thing you know, you like this.
But nigga, the nigga who got the cream on his palm should be like that too. Shit, if it's in his palm, he should be down there.
Yeah, unless he got one of them little gloves on the plastic.
Okay. I'm just saying, I don't know.
But to me, I was listening to Cat Williams, and they talking about 4 times it was offered 50 million for, and I said, wait a minute, how could it get to 4 times? With me, it would just been that once. And I'm for real. We're going to nip this in the bud, bro. It makes me think you was contemplating, bro, because you keep going back to the parties. One, I'm not going to keep going back to a place where somebody asked me.
I never heard him say he went to the party. I heard him say you got to tell Diddy no. You got to tell Diddy, Dad, you got to tell him no.
He was going to the parties.
But he said he was offered 50 million 4 different times, not by the same people, just turned it down 4 different times.
Oh, well, that they put it on this one video like it was the same people. But it trips me out that a male thinks another male is supposed to be that sexy enough or whatever, your gayness and stuff. You know what it reminds me of? It's Sodom and Gomorrah. When Lot was in there and they was like, bring us these new guys. The angels, them angels came through. Jesus and two of the other angels came through and they said, give us him.
Yeah.
We want some of that. That's what they're saying. He offered his daughters to him. And what he said, they know we don't want your daughters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
And when you say we living in the end times, I just want people, look here, we're not in a time to be hating each other.
No.
Man is coming into, men are lovers of men. That's what it says. Men will be lovers of themselves. That's what the word of God say.
And that war in Israel. That's gonna kill it all.
And look here. You know what? I've been looking at the evilness, and the thing is, for you to find peace is to know God. Because it ain't gonna be no peace because I'm too busy getting caught up with I mean, this news caught me off guard. The prosecuting attorney said you're innocent and you still killed.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Look here, why is it always
2024, 2025? We still going through that?
I want to know what one of my neighbors going to say. One of my other neighbors who's not he wasn't cooperating. Yeah, okay. Well, he wasn't cooperating.
What? Been in jail for 30 years, man.
30 years, and they saying he's innocent. DNA, all that. Innocent. It's somebody covering up. But we don't supposed to say no because some people think that black folks is 1/3 human anyway. Because of the racist attitudes and thinking we're the most sophisticated people you would think. How you think you know all the songs? Elvis Presley had to learn from going down in the hoods and learned how to guitar and shake his hip. You think he just woke up like that? He had to get some flavor. We part of American history just like everyone else is. I can't stand this. Oh, they're not Americans. I'm American just like you are. You just trying to divide it, and I'm trying to conquer. And that's like I said, and Miss Vice President Kamala Harris, the problem I have is that you have never showed that you care for black men. That's the problem that I have for Miss Kamala Harris. You have thrown
Donald Trump showed you that he cared for black men?
I can't say that neither. Okay. But I did see where I seen him exonerate some blacks out of jail, and I seen a lot of people like Mike Tyson. I see why Mike Tyson supported him because for 15 of his fights, he was in Atlantic City, and Donald Trump paid him nice money. I not for me, but I'm just saying as I see that I could understand. With Miss Kamala Harris, one of my problems is when the brother she sentenced to life that he was innocent, but you laughed at his sentencing. But then when he was found innocent, then he filed a lawsuit and got awarded $11 million by the state of California. It's these type of situations. I just want to make sure because in all of their political things, because President Joe Biden, I don't think that none of them, but I'm just saying is that I've seen stories of Donald Trump who've helped blacks. Now his rhetoricness and stuff like that, I see that he still hires a lot of blacks. They catch him saying off words. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so evil. I don't know. I've been looking at the alternatives, the alternates, and the alternates. This is one lady. She's independent, and so because I got to use my vote. But I just don't know, bro. Tim Watts, I researched him and I said, why does his name ring a bell? Why does his name ring a bell? Then I thought about, that's the guy who sent the National Guards in on the peaceful protesters for Mr. George Floyd. And then I was like, those who wear masks are the ones who don't want to be seen. I'd rather see the devil coming as he is than to see somebody smiling in my face and then wearing a mask for the evilness that they do, because they don't want me to know that's them. So that's just my opinion, bro. But man, we on that last part. Even out, man, you got to give the last words, bro.
It says in the last times, men will be lovers of themselves, and they will be mockers of the word, and that they'll be run after their own ungodly lust. And we're in the middle of that right now.
When you say, not to cut you off, but when you say mocking, and so definition of it.
Mocking,
making fun of, making light of.
You believe it? You thought I ain't even seen a Jesus. They don't even have his grave site. Where's his grave at? Oh, you know, so mocking the word.
I'm with you.
Yeah, and so we in that time right now, and so get your life together, man. Galatians 6:7, be not deceived, but God is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap, good or bad. Period.
Hey, that's the only thing we can tell y'all. And so if we can ponder our heads, I keep telling people, Big Hank, I went real quick. I'm starting to understand the words of the iconic president who got assassinated, John F. Kennedy. I'm starting to see what he mean when he said, ask not what the country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. And in this country, we, instead of us crying about corporations, I said, you open up your own company and get with other people has their own company and you work around like that. You know, we depend on Walmart. There's some little family stores. We need to have stuff like that. Do you have to actually go to them to get money? Because we empower them. The Korean and Chinese have been making 10 billion a year off black hair and nails. We need to figure out how we can do our own commerce like that. If we're gonna cry about it, you can't cry about it unless you do something about it. You know, I thank the Lord that man, there's some big announcements that's coming, but IMDb, our company, it was actually registered now, recognized by 212 million entertainers that our company that promotes our shows is now legitimately and stuff, because I'm doing things in a righteous way. That's why I don't break no laws. But now I'm concerned about this hidden agenda, where if the prosecuting attorney say he didn't do it, there's somebody else to say he did. Hey man, we live in that world. I just want to say, hey man, I love you, bro.
Love you too, man. Keep up the good work, Roy. You're doing an excellent job, man. Awesome.
Man, I appreciate you, bro. Hey man, well, you know, we out of here. Anything else you want to say, bro?
That's it, man. Peace out.
Peace, y'all.
Welcome to the Roy Anthony
Every
Friends Show.
Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is anybody
Anthony
out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the